Hey guys, it's HauntedHouse here, and today I wanted to take some time to quickly continue our conversation on Fortnite OG. Now, in case you missed it, I put out a video discussing Fortnite OG Season 3 and how I'm not going to be continuing my OG series, at least for now. I appreciate all the feedback I got where people were telling me that maybe Season 4 or Season 5 is when OG's really going to hit its stride because that's when the game really switched things up and kind of made it exciting and different, not just feeling like the same map and same gameplay, everything like that. I really appreciate the feedback you guys gave me. Thank you so much for taking the time to do so. While doing a little more research into Fortnite OG and just the history of everything, I did find a video from a creator called Tricky, who was kind of piggybacking off of a video made by another creator called Chug. Both these guys are great content creators. If you haven't seen their stuff, make sure you check it out. I will have it in the description down below and a link to them in the pinned comment on this video. Essentially, though, they were talking about the major changes from actual OG to the OG re-release seasons, and since I wasn't around when the game first came out, it was cool for me to have the full context of just how much they've dropped the ball with the OG remix seasons. If you want all the nitty-gritty details of all the things they missed, make sure to check their videos out, but I wanted to discuss one topic in particular that Tricky brought up, which is the lack of OG movement and how they're kind of neglecting some of the details about the OG map that made it OG. Something as simple as the grass model being slightly different than it was back in the day can really have an effect on people's immersion with the OG mode. Tricky mentioned that he felt like it wasn't a priority from Epic to correct these small things, and even something like the movement. Epic has kind of stated in the past that they feel like if they returned to OG movement, people would be really turned off by that experience since we're used to the new, smoother movement. In his video, Tricky brought up old school RuneScape and how that is still so popular to this day, even though it is older, what some would consider jankier graphics and kind of an outdated user interface and way of controlling your character. I've never played RuneScape, but I can definitely relate to what he was saying and would like to add on top of that if I could. For me, the best comparison I can give is with World of Warcraft. I never really played World of Warcraft when I was younger. I would go to a friend's house and watch him play and was really, captivated by what I saw, but I didn't have a computer that could run it at my house. We didn't have internet in my house until I almost graduated from high school. So I missed out on that experience. A few years back, I did dabble into retail and kind of hit it pretty hard one summer. And while I found it fun and entertaining, it just didn't kind of capture that magic that I remember from when I would go over to my friend's house and watch him play his rogue. Fast forward a few years and classic World of Warcraft re-released, which was a mostly faithful recreation of what World of Warcraft was back in the day. It had lower quality models for all the characters and areas. It had the painfully slow progression systems and proficiencies. And you may think, well, retail has spent years now improving the experience of World of Warcraft, going back to this old mode with worse graphics and worse mechanics objectively is going to turn a lot of players away. They're not going to want to engage with that. However, this was not the case. Classic World of Warcraft was and still is extremely popular. At the end of the day, people were nostalgic for that time period. They were nostalgic for how the game was when they first started playing it. And most importantly, probably, they were nostalgic for the pace of the game at the time. Leveling wasn't fast, questing wasn't fast, moving around the world even wasn't fast. And while on paper that would be a turnoff for a lot of people, it actually in reality was exactly what people wanted, what they were missing from their World of Warcraft experience, and that's why to this day they have a dedicated player base. The exact same thing could be said for Fortnite. Yes, returning to the older movement could be considered a negative because movement is slower and clunkier. The lower quality graphics and textures might be off-putting to some people, but for those that are nostalgic for it, they will enjoy it. They will love being able to relive that. And I think that Epic Games may be surprised by how many new players would like to explore the game in that way as well. Right now, I can barely keep up with the retail game, and that's in 0 builds. There's basically no chance for me as a new player to realistically learn how to play builds effectively. If the pace of the game was a little bit slower, I might have a chance. I might be able to actually learn. And sometimes you don't want to be in a hyper-competitive, super fast experience in every single game you play. Sometimes you want to have the option to kind of relax a little, hang out with the boys, chug a jug and just hang out. So that's basically all I wanted to add to the conversation. I think that there is merit to returning Fortnite OG to a more true classic vibe, a little more faithfully than what they're doing currently. I think that it would be way more popular than Epic would expect. Let me know what you guys think though in the comments below. Let me know if you think this would be a good idea or if you wouldn't bother engaging with it at all. And do not forget to check out Tricky and Chugga-Chug's videos. They are great content creators. You guys are going to really enjoy their stuff. But that's enough from me today. I'm going to go back and continue to work on my videos for Galactic Battle. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you can see all of our great future videos. And as always, make sure to eat well, stay hydrated, take care of yourself and those around you. And I'll see you in the next one, friends.